Welcome. Thanks for tuning in into my latest video here with the partnership with the NavFile group at Fly Radius. First, this is a multi-part series of videos covering the CES 2026 out in Las Vegas. I'm headed there earlier in January, at the beginning of January, and this video is covering my flight from Orlando International Airport to Reid International Airport in Las Vegas. So it's MCO to LAS. You get to see me fly on a special Delta Airlines flight. It's actually what I'm calling the Delta CES shuttle. Delta added a number of flights nonstop direct to Las Vegas, and Orlando does not have nonstop service to Las Vegas on Delta, and you're going to get to fly on one of these special 8000 series flight numbers with me in today's video. So you get to enjoy that and get to see the sights and scenes from Orlando International on the fifth busiest day of the 2025-2026 holiday season. You also get to see very interesting weather out of Orlando. So really low ceilings and fog running through the late morning past 10 a.m. You get to see a very scenic departure out of Orlando and cover all of that. Also some background of me getting hitting the ground running in Las Vegas for CES 2026 to catch, trying to catch Jensen Huang's NVIDIA keynote, and then after that, Lisa Su of AMD, her keynote at the Venetian. So you get to enjoy that. You'll get to see some really interesting stuff in the air. I think we got some nice scenic views, cloud cover, really interesting views you'll get to see there. Also me capturing another aircraft air to air while cruising altitude. You get to see that, and obviously nice landing in Las Vegas. So yeah, stay tuned. It's coming up, all the full footage here and coverage of that next, and enjoy the video. Okay, so headed in to Orlando International Airport here through the from Terminal B into to the Atrium area here. And now I'm in the Atrium area where there is Christmas tree, as you just saw there. Still up. The last day was up on January 5th, 2026. Then went in after I got past TSA checkpoint, used TSA pre-check, which is really nice. And at the Sky Club, spent some time there. And yeah, the Orlando International Airport Delta Sky Club is a nice one. After, in my article, you can actually read more about that. Heading out of the Sky Club down the stairs here, and then headed out back into the Airside 4 Atrium. Christmas tree in there also still up. It wasn't up when I came back, so that was the last time I got to see it, which was nice. It was a calm, actually, day there, although the MCO projected that this would be the fifth busiest day of the 2026 holiday season. So it was not too bad in Airside 4. However, later you'll see that there was quite a bit of aircraft out there on the taxiways getting ready to depart. But I'm heading into the gates 90 to 99 section of Airside 4. There's the club MCO. Never been in there. Another club that's in the Airside 4, along with the Delta Sky Club. That's a priority pass club, along with the two other companies there. So on board, we can get access to that. Maybe one day I'll have to go in. But yeah, head into the end here of the gate 90 area, and it's not too busy. A few airlines share this terminal. It's kind of a multi-use airline terminal, not really dedicated, I believe, to one or two or three specific airlines. But I think Frontier goes out there a little bit, and to double check that. But back here, Airside 4 Atrium, heading back out. Yeah, it was calm morning, and obviously you can see it was cloudy, but you'll get to see outside, which is some very interesting weather at Orlando on January 5th. Pass by the Christmas tree again here. Okay, so now heading over to the gate 89 side to see how things were on that side. That's actually is now used a lot for Delta overflow from their side on gate 70 to 79. So the first few gates Delta uses now, which I haven't really seen historically many years ago them using. So Delta's expanded gate-wise in Orlando. Here you have, this is actually a Virgin Atlantic gate here. So Virgin Atlantic use that. Obviously good access to connect with Delta, their partnership there. No flights at the end of the gate 80 section here. So it was quiet. I think it's sit at the end there a little bit. Did some plane spotting. I got some photos, but not included in this video. Maybe I'll put them up on the article that you can read on the Fly Radius website. Linked in the description. Yeah, there's a Breeze, there's Southwest plane. I think a Breeze plane there, right? Airbus A220-300. Nice plane. Yeah, calm day in Airside 4. The other side's probably really busy. Here I took a look at the Delta 757-200, which is pretty popular that day at the Orlando airport. At least saw 3 of them. But popular plane to go between Atlanta and Orlando and back. Got some footage here, some Southwest planes. Southwest obviously a big part of Orlando National Airport's operations. That looks like a 737-800. Let me know if I got that right. Southwest 737-700 here. I'm pretty sure I got that one right. Nice to see the 737 MAX 7 come out. Got to see this a few years ago out in that Renton field. They're still sitting there waiting to get certified by the FAA. You're going to get to see another Southwest plane right here coming up. There it is. Taking off. And I mentioned the weather earlier. As you can see, we have fog still. It's actually kind of getting into late morning here. Still have fog in Orlando, which is kind of rare in cloudy skies, low ceilings. Stay tuned for the takeoff, and you get to see that really scenic takeoff with the clouds, low clouds. But now back out through the Atrium, take a look at the Delta section. It's even labeled Delta. It's gate 70 to 79 section here. Obviously, you can already see most busiest section of Airside 4. And yeah, it's pretty busy, especially towards the end, where all the end gates are. Flown through Orlando, this is Delta section in the airport. It's got the even the help desk area in here. Took a turn to the left and looked out. It's actually a good, nice viewing point in Airside 4 here. The windows are nice and clear. Look out. Another Delta 757-200 winglets there. This plane's going strong. Obviously, popular plane. The aviation enthusiasts. Got some footage here of the Gatelink trains heading back to the main terminal. And obviously this is the last of almost the original ones. I believe these trains were put in the around 2000s era, replacing the original 1990s ones. And there's a newer terminal link train that goes between the Terminal C train station and the main terminal here, but I don't know what the official name is now. Thinking about it, I don't remember. Got the footage of the Gatelink returning here. Nice to see that, and this is scheduled to be replaced by the end of 2027. So get your last rides on it these next few years. Still have some Christmas decorations up at the Delta help desk here. Back on the plane. Not back on the plane, getting on the plane now. And I have my seat 38F on the face of the front. It's on the right-hand side of the aircraft. Boeing 757-200 winglets. and yeah, get some footage here of the apron. Enjoy the views right now. You can see here on the Delta's apron on the Orlando airport, they got the ULDs here. Obviously use ULDs, unit load devices on wide body aircraft mostly. The Airbus A320 series can use ULDs, I believe. And yeah, those are, I think, primarily used on Boeing 767 aircraft that come into here. Also A330-300, and if sometimes an A350 will come through, I believe. Got Delta's IFE. Nice customization they've done on this. I believe this is the latest software version here on the 757-200 aircraft. This is actually a 757 domestic edition, I believe, which is designated 7.5D. It has 20 first class seats. I call it correctly. And yeah, there's personalization there. You can log in. I believe you just put your birthday in. Brings it right up. Get your information.
Presentation of the safety features of our 757.
Now we are pushing back from the gate, and I was just talking about the Delta Airlines IFE, their system, and then how it's customized. They've had that they customized your Delta Sky Miles profile, log in with you type in your birth date, and it's already knows that you're going to be in a seat. Nice touch to that system there. And so as we push back here, it's obviously we're on the Boeing 757-200, like I mentioned earlier. It's a 75D designation with 21st class seats, has 35 comfort seats, formerly Comfort Plus. Sometimes I forget about that. They just changed that, I believe, last year, the marketing of that. So comfort, 35 seats, 144 main cabin or economy class seats on this plane heading to Las Vegas Reid International Airport, right on the South Strip. Really, this real Las Vegas airport's really easy in and out logistically airport to get to where you need to go in Las Vegas. So here we're pushing back, starting to see the traffic here at Orlando, and it's a pretty busy day out there on the taxiways. Here we got a flare, 737 Max 8 looks like, and there's a Delta, looks like A321 there to the left.
Keep the aisles, exits, and bulkhead areas clear.
To fasten your seatbelt, insert the metal tip into the buckle and adjust the strap so it's low and tight across your lap. To release, lift the top of the buckle.
We continue to push back here, about to end it in detached tow bar on the tug. It's actually gonna take quite a bit of time to get to the runway here. Later you hear the captain announce that we're number 12 in line, or 13 and number 13 in line behind these aircraft, but we're going to get to see more of them here coming up.
Placards and lighted information signs throughout the cabin.
Smoking, vaping, the use of e-cigarettes, or any smokeless product, including chewing tobacco, is not allowed on any Delta flight. Federal law prohibits tampering with, disabling, or destroying restroom smoke detectors.
There are 10 exits on this plane. 6 doors, 3 on each side, and 4 window exits, 2 over each wing. Each door has a detachable slide that can be used as a raft. Additional rafts are located in a ceiling compartment in the forward section of the plane and at the back of the plane. The rear 2 window exits have an escape strap attached inside the window frame, which can be used to assist in a water evacuation onto the wing. If you are wearing high heels, please remove them first to avoid damaging the slide. In case of an evacuation, follow crew instructions and leave all bags to avoid slowing the evacuation. All exits are clearly marked with an exit sign. Locate the nearest exits, and remember, they might be behind you. If If we lose power, lights will illuminate the aisle to guide you to an exit.
It's unlikely, but if cabin pressure changes, oxygen masks will drop from the panels above your seat and inside the lavatories. Reach up and pull the mask down to start the flow of oxygen. Remove any face covering and place the mask over your nose and mouth. Slip the elastic strap over your head and adjust the mask if necessary. Breathe normally and note that oxygen is flowing, so don't worry if the bag doesn't inflate. Be sure to adjust your own mask before helping others.
Hey, JetBlue Airbus A320-200 air taxiing to runway 35 left, which we're taxiing to 35 left also behind it. KMCO to everyone, dispatchers, pilots.
As you leave the plane, inflate the vest by pulling down on the red tab at the bottom, or manually inflate it by blowing into the tube at shoulder level. A water-activated light is attached to each.
Got a Southwest 737 MAX 8 here approaching up, and then an Alaska 737-900 looks like.
Additional life vests for in-lap children are in marked compartments at the front and rear of the plane. We'll distribute these vests if necessary.
Before takeoff, bring your seat to its upright position and stow your tray table. Be sure you fasten your seatbelt low and tight across your lap.
And we got a United 737-900 also looks like here.
Finally, take a moment to review the safety information card in your seat pocket. As we finish our safety check, please let us know if you have any questions.
As we get ready for takeoff, please settle in. And from all of our crew, we appreciate you.
Okay, we're beginning our taxi here, heading to 36 left. Here at MCO.
Thank you for paying attention to this important safety message.
Getting a taxi here.
I
believe there's gonna be another plane release get behind here. We'll see. Stopping again.
Delta Sync Wi-Fi and Delta Sync seatback, all available for free with your SkyMiles membership.
Comes a Breeze Airbus A220-300 on the takeoff roll. I lost some footage of it there. It's cut out.
Then turn Wi-Fi on. Next, choose the DeltaWiFi.com network. If the Wi-Fi sign-in page does not open, go to DeltaWiFi.com using your browser. Sign in with your SkyMiles account. If you don't have a SkyMiles account, it's fast and free to sign up. But the connection doesn't stop there. Our Delta Sync seatback screen brings a smarter, more personalized experience right to your seat.
See a plane there landing on 36 left out in the distance. Just came into view outside of the low ceilings here.
Trending series with recommendations just for you. Pick up where you left off with our resume watching feature.
Got to get to see an interesting view of another aircraft we take off here. There's a Breeze Airbus A220-300 and a Southwest 737 landing or taking off. Taking off.
Shortly after we've arrived at the gate, you'll be automatically.
Got this real quick here. Delta Airbus A319. Nice to see those A319s. A few years ago, I got to go on flew on one out of LAX, Los Angeles. All former Northwest Airlines aircraft. Another JetBlue. Looks like A320 right there. We are going to be in front of that plane. You can still see here it's got fog still covering the tower there at Orlando International Airport. Alongside the Airside 4, gate 70 to 79. The gates there with Delta aircraft there. Yeah, we got still low ceilings here in Orlando. It's already late morning. This is a 10 a. It's past 10 a.m. now, the local time in Orlando. Passing by the JetBlue A320. Really nice, different liveries JetBlue's got. It's pretty cool. I like those. Got the classic. They even have their own classic livery, even though they don't have a classic livery. So that was cool. My classic livery, my historic livery. But you'll see, the Americans got one. United with the stars and bars livery. Okay, we're taxiing here. We're past the south long-term parking lot here. Obviously a good place to watch the plane spot here. Did that briefly when I was at the airport for the MCO Takeoff event back in November 2025, last year. So you know what's out plane spotting today here. Okay, so we'll continue to taxi here. We are going to stop shortly before we get to runway, and there's going to be a little bit of delay.
Folks, on flight deck level update for you. Going to be a slight delay here on the ground. We've got about a dozen airplanes in front of us that will take off for us. Please remain seated with seatbelts fastened because we are on an active taxiway. Thank you.
Okay, so we start taxiing again here, getting closer towards the end of the runway. On this side at least, this is a start for us to get takeoff and get some view of the in-flight moving map screen, or in-flight navigation, I guess you could call it now. It's a lot different than the moving maps of the old days. Old days like the 90s, 2000s. This aircraft, though, was delivered to Delta in the 2000s. Well, in 2000 specifically. It was May 2000 got delivered, so it's been with Delta 100% of its lifetime. Flew for song, so it had IFE on it with the Panasonic IFE system back then. So it's had the IFE on this aircraft for a while. And Delta's been, a leader in that area. If you think about it, having IFE back in the 2000s. And obviously JetBlue, one of the, we just saw pioneers of IFE, seatback IFE, in-flight entertainment systems. Okay, so we're going to stop here for a bit. Obviously, I cut some footage out of the stops here to get us sped up. Took a little longer than this. And I'll catch back with you right at the end of the runway. We'll prepare for the takeoff. It's a real nice takeoff, and I'll be quiet during the takeoff. We'll give you a little pregame on that. And we're moving towards the runway here, 36 left, and obviously we're going to make the turn here, getting it towards the end of the runway, and the takeoff is going to be it's a pretty interesting one. I don't think I've ever taken off from Orlando in this type of weather conditions. Pretty smooth takeoff. Our obviously low ceilings. I got still some fog out there, a little bit. I would call it haze kind of now. But you're gonna see on our takeoff roll here, you get to see another plane coming in, landing on 35 right out in the distance. It's pretty cool, and it's an American Airlines Airbus A321neo approach. I believe it's coming in from Philadelphia, if I recall correctly. So you get to see that, and we're gonna get lined up here shortly onto the runway. We're going to sit on the runway for a minute or two, I believe. There's a little bit of wait on the runway, so obviously I'm either waiting for departing traffic out there, or I believe there's maybe some planes crossing the runway up ahead. Waiting for that, so we will wait on the runway for a bit. I think I will stop the here for right now, and you can enjoy the takeoff roll, and I'll join in again with you, more commentary once we get airborne.
stop climbing, we will be able to come through the cabin. Thank you.
With you here, and we're climbing through 15,000 feet, heading to cruising altitude here. That was a nice takeoff from Orlando International Airport, MCO, and yeah, really interesting takeoff. I haven't had one like that with the low ceilings. Obviously, we hit the ceilings very quick. We're now climbing up through another cloud layer here above us here. Very nice scenery. Although we can't see the ground yet, but yeah, it's nice up here. It's always a joy going up in the air. So for me, so it's a great day, obviously. And yeah, we're heading towards the Gulf of America, formerly Gulf of Mexico. Here's a really interesting view I got here. This is a highlight here, one of the highlights of the flight. As you can see, you got the shadow with the flare, the sun shining down right on the cloud. I never seen that before. I don't know if you have, but that was really cool to see. And we're making our way over towards Tampa Bay, west coast side of the state of Florida, and we'll cut across the Gulf, head up towards Houston, and we'll cut across Texas and to El Paso, where we will then cut into New Mexico partially and head up through central Arizona into Nevada. That's what the flight path will take us on today's flight, and it was a really scenic flight. Obviously here we're getting a little less cloud cover. You can see down to the ground level a little bit here in the water, and we're going to get to see some nice views. And coming up here shortly, we're going to fast forward. First we'll see where we're at on the map here. I'll show you a little bit of the IFE on the flight tracking, which Delta did a good job on this. It's nice, especially with the artificial horizon display there that we just saw, and that was good. But yeah, we're crossing into the Gulf there, and we've got this here, Southwest 737-800 there. The plane, got that with my a zoom camera with really good zoom on it. It's a Sony point and shoot camera, but yeah, we got this video of this Southwest 737-800. I believe it's on. Yeah, it's on its way to Phoenix. Crossed right over us. Yeah, I believe over Texas or New Mexico. So yeah, if you read my article, I got some nice views of. We did capture one airport in New Mexico. You can read about it in the article. If you go take a look at that and see the picture of it, I caught that from up at cruising altitude. A little bit glitch toward the end of the flight. The IFE and the Wi-Fi froze up, so the flight attendants had to reset there. You just saw that come back on the screen there quick. But now we're beginning our descent into Las Vegas, getting ready to head to CES 2026. I'm supposed to head down to go directly to NVIDIA's place where the Jensen Huang is going to give his keynote for NVIDIA. Pretty much start CES. It was a last minute ad to schedule. So when I get on the ground, I had to kind of run to get there. It starts at 1 o'clock, and I'm going to find out I'm going to be on the ground at around 12:40 or so. So I didn't make it to that, but I did make it to NVIDIA to take a look at that, and then later head into the AMD keynote, which is really the keynote kicking off the 2026 CES show. It's the largest, convention I've been to, and so it's a big event. Other than that, we're gonna enjoy some nice scenery heading down into Nevada, and some really nice cloud cover here. And overall, the flight was nice. It was a good flight, and turbulence wasn't too bad. There was a seatbelt sign was on for a little bit for some turbulence. Nothing out of the ordinary, and I enjoy a little turbulence. Not many people do, but as you know, it's just some rough fare. That's it. But yeah, enjoy the scenery here. Get ready for CES. Really, it's from here on out, it's really me hitting the ground running. So I'm going to get there and check the bag, which I always do in most cases where I either have to bring quite a bit of stuff, or it's I'm not in a rush. I technically am in a rush here for this event because I need to get there to the NVIDIA on the Fontainebleau on North Las Vegas Strip. And however, I check the bag because I carry a good amount of clothes for the week, and I find it's easier to get through the airports, especially with a connection, and just enjoy the airport experience without lugging a bag around or wheeled luggage around. And it's easier to get on the plane with the overhead bins. You don't have to worry about the overhead bins and then having to potentially gate check your bag if there's not enough room. So I get off and on the plane, on and off. Probably the right order there. Plane easier. That's what I like to do. Obviously, though, a lot of people like to keep their bag with them, and that's an option. That's what I do. Also, though, I guess tip Delta's got the 20-minute bag guarantee. I would always check that when you get your baggage claim. That's online. And in my article, I have a link to it. Little bonus. Delta gives 5,000 miles, which is that's a lot of miles, actually, if bag doesn't make it to the carousel in 20 minutes from when the plane is at the gate. And take a look at that. They advertise that, not at every airport, but I've seen it in Atlanta. It's on the digital displays and things like that. So another bonus flying Delta. A nice perk there. And yeah, the descent. It's pretty straightforward. Nice, pretty clear, partly cloudy day on approach into Las Vegas Airport LAS, KLAS, an ICO code for pilots and dispatchers, like I mentioned earlier with Orlando, KMCO, and yeah, it's a standard approach coming in from the east to the west, and when we get to the Las Vegas area, the cloud cover is going to dissipate here from what you see right now, and it's going to be mostly clear, and then clouds in the distance and towards the mountain ranges around the Las Vegas area. So it's a nice approach. Las Vegas obviously busy with the CES starting on this day, January 5th, 2026, and we are gonna line up and land on runway 26 left at Las Vegas, Reid International Airport, taxi down to Concourse D, and I'm at D35. We get on the ground. No really major delays on the ground. Don't have to wait for like 1 minute or less than a minute. You'll see to the ground crew to get in position. So no major delays. Got out of there pretty quick, and I will catch up with you once we get a little closer here to the airport.
Clear for landing in Las Vegas. Please make sure your seatbelt is securely fastened for the duration of the flight, and all carry-on items, including laptop computers, need to be stowed at this time. Please make sure your seat back's in the full upright and locked position. All aisle armrests are lowered. If you do have a retractable video monitor or a tray table, please make sure it's properly stowed at this time. Flight attendants will be coming through the cabin one final time to collect any items that you wish to discard, so please check the seat pocket in the area around your seat for any of those items and pass those to the flight attendants as they come to the cabin. We will be landing in 10 minutes in Las Vegas.
about to actually pass into Nevada. The border here, it's Lake Mead, straight in front of us in the Colorado River. It divides Nevada and Arizona here border. So we're right after this. We're pretty much very close to Las Vegas airport right now, and we're descending as we get down there. And once on the ground, you get to, well, actually not before we get to the ground, you get to see quite a lineup of aircraft waiting to take off on the runway next to 26 left, and we get some nice view of the airport. It'll be facing the airport, and we'll see the Las Vegas Strip in the distance, but you'll get the view in here of the Las Vegas. Technically, this is Paradise, actually, the city, and not technically Las Vegas, but you'll get to see the area there of the airport, and enjoy the approach. I will talk to you on the ground.
It's Delta's pleasure. Welcome you to Las Vegas, where the current local time is 12:46. Please remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened until the captain has marked at the gate and turned off the bus and seatbelt sign. Also, remember to use caution when opening overhead bins, as items in a shift during landing. You may use your handheld electronic devices at this time. However, laptops are not permitted for use. We invite you to visit Delta.com and our Fly Delta app for all your future travel needs, including checking in for a flight and managing your SkyMiles account. On behalf of Delta, and this Atlanta-based crew, we'd like to thank you all for flying with us this evening. We look forward to the opportunity to serve you all again very soon. Thank you all and have a wonderful day.
We're on the ground. Nice landing here in Las Vegas. So here the local time is 12:46 p.m. Slightly delayed flight here. A little bit of delay being pushed back out of the gate in Orlando, and then obviously the delay getting into the runway with the lineup of aircraft that Orlando on what was projected to be the 5th busiest day at the holiday season at Orlando International Airport. Haven't seen any confirmed numbers on that, but it was likely the 5th busiest day, according to stats from the Greater Orlando Aviation Authority. Now we'll stop here a little bit briefly on the taxiway before we head to the gate. Heading to Concourse D, which is one of the big concourses at Las Vegas Airport. And it's actually isolated from the other main terminal areas at Las Vegas Airport, and it's almost like an X pattern if you look at it from the overhead view, satellite view. And you take a train to the main terminal areas for baggage claim. It's like 2 trains, a red train and a blue train. You'll see me get on the blue train for Delta to go to the baggage claim in Terminal 1 Delta, and there's Las Vegas has a really expansive baggage claim area with many carousels, and so you get to see that briefly, have a short footage of that. Here we are. We'll get to the gate pretty quickly here as we taxi in, and as you'll see later, I didn't get a lot of footage of Las Vegas Airport on the way out because I was in a rush to get down to NVIDIA's location for CES 2026. And so I actually didn't use the camera after this that I'm using here to take the footage. And so some brief footage you'll get to see. And that was a good flight, as you saw, and we'll be at the gate shortly. Reid, just want to go ahead and just thank you for tuning in. I think I'll leave the end of this video silent for you to enjoy the ending views. I'll see you in the next video. Obviously, there's more videos coming for CES 2026, the actual event. This video is being posted in the coordination with NavFile Group, Fly Radius, and it's technically to focus on this one with the aviation here content, and then you'll be seeing across the circuit route for all the technology related stuff, and then NavFile and more the travel and business type oriented topics. So stay tuned. navfile.com will have mentions of all the posts and where they're at. If you want to go there, take a look on NavFile Center. And thanks again. Hope you enjoyed the video. Got to see some kind of join me along for the the flight from Orlando to Las Vegas on this 2026 CES.
Folks on flight deck, welcome to Las Vegas. Stop just short of our gates. Please maintain your seatbelts fast. We're just waiting on a ground crew to come help us park. Thank you.
Obviously, yeah, we got the flight deck with the captain here notifying us that actually we're not going to wait that very long at all. We're going to get moving here quickly, so that was good. And yeah, no, but yeah, just thanks for joining me on this 2026 CES Delta shuttle flight. Really, it's a special flight. 8000 series flight number for this flight, which is reserved for kind of special flights and charters. So that was cool. I was on this flight last year, and it was good. And it's good again. Though Delta had a bigger presence, obviously, at CES last year. Really, not much presence that I know of this year. So, other than that, like I said earlier, I'll say thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video, and another CES video. Next one coming out, you'll be able to see me going on to NVIDIA's location, and then the AMD keynote that's tonight, this day, January 5th, 2026. So we'll get to see Jensen Huang and Lisa Su, both CEOs of their representative companies, NVIDIA and AMD, Advanced Micro Devices. So that's going to be cool. I haven't never been to a Lisa Su keynote, so that's going to be great to see tonight. You'll catch those articles we post on Circuit Route and maybe on the NavFile YouTube channel, but see if Circuit Route's got one by then. Other than that, see you then. See you in those videos, I mean. Bye.
Your vehicle will be cited and towed. And at your 2, Dr. Medallion, Zone 3, Comfort Plus Zone. We're going to go on to...